I typically only make videos about the NFL, but when a viral video comes out like this and the last name Manning is attached to it, okay, you have my attention. A lot of people just got introduced to Arch Manning with the throw he made at a Clemson camp. I've had my eye on him for a while because I'm on top of most things football, but especially with a last name like that. So in today's video, we're going to cover everything you would need to know about Arch Manning as a football player, and trust me, this will not be the last video made about him because he's only going into his junior year of high school, so there's a long time for him to grow, develop, or plateau. So we're going to talk about his game and we're going to predict where he will be in a few years. So Arch Manning is currently the #1 quarterback in the class of 2023 and the 3rd player overall behind 2 defensive linemen. Standing at 6'3.5", 200 pounds, he already has great size for only being 16 years old, and he will continue to fill out his frame. And when we break down high school players' film, it is very different than breaking down someone before the draft, because with draft prospects, they need to be ready to play real life NFL games in just a few months. Whereas a high school, we can look for traits, good habits, certain tangibles that are impressive but still raw and will be corrected with good coaching, more snaps on the field, and a more mature body. So the first thing I saw when watching Arch Manning play that just leaps off the screen is how confident this kid is. His sophomore season, he was 15 years old and he gets the snap and looks so cool and calm. And when he gets pressured, he breaks the pocket, he keeps his eyes downfield, never looks panicked. And even scarier, if he has his read that he likes, he stands there and throws with pressure in his face. That isn't coachable. That is a sign of a confident elite quarterback. A coach can tell you a million times to stand tall, keep your eyes downfield, but if you panic when you get out there, it doesn't matter what your coach taught you. He plays like he's better than everyone else out there, one, because he is, but also this is what you want your quarterback to play like. He reminds me of a Deshaun Watson or Johnny Manziel, how they played in college, just with swagger and so calm, never looked frantic, always under control, even though they were moving very quickly. That's great and all, but you can be as calm as you want, but does the ball get there? Does he have an absolute rocket for an arm? No, he doesn't. There's a difference between being able to throw the ball far and throwing the ball 30 yards downfield and the ball never reaches a 7-foot apex. Again, not worried about this as much because he is so young. Playing quarterback myself, my arm got so much bigger from sophomore to senior season because your body's just still growing. Don't get me wrong, there are sophomores with cannons. I don't believe he'll ever be a guy like Josh Allen or Mahomes, but I know it's only going to get better and it's already more than enough to throw at every level. But what I do have to rave about is his form. To no surprise, it is one of the many perks we're going to be covering being quarterback royalty. With Peyton and Eli being your uncles, he was probably throwing the ball with perfect form since he was 5 years old. It's a very tight and compact throwing motion. Whether people think mechanics are that important or not, having good form causes way more consistency. The ball will go where you want it to more often than not, and this is where he is so advanced compared to other quarterbacks his age. Which leads me to my next point. His accuracy is exceptional. I get that you only get to see highlights when you're listening to this video, but if you watch closely to where the ball placement is on these passes, it is highly impressive. Not only the ball's complete, but the receivers catch them in stride. It's almost always on the correct shoulder. The deep balls fall into the basket and gives his guys a chance to make the catch every single time. He can move around in the pocket to let these long throws develop. He also throws with anticipation and makes the quick reads, is why he threw a very impressive 71.8 completion percentage. His freshman year and sophomore year were very similarly statistically, but again, especially this young, I'm not huge on looking at all the stats, more of what kind of player he is. Now, something that has never been synonymous with the Manning name is mobility. This is actually a huge attribute to Arch's game. Does he have burners? No, but he's a big body and he's fast enough to run multiple designed runs. He breaks the pocket and picks up key yards when his receivers don't get open. His running style kind of reminds me a lot of Josh Allen, someone who doesn't look like they're running all that fast, but you look up and see and they're pulling away from people. And again, a negative could be that he doesn't slide, but that comes with experience and coaching. I'm not worried about when he's playing high school football and he's already bigger than everyone else. So why is he the #1 quarterback in his class, and is it deserving? And yes, he is a very special talent. Having the last name only gets you so far. Teams aren't going to blow a scholarship on you because of what your family did, because colleges are teams that are multi-million-dollar organizations and your last name doesn't matter. But looking at this 16-year-old, he has great height, almost perfect mechanics, great feel for the game, and makes those leadership throws and runs that take the hit to really set a statement for his team. He's pinpoint accurate and very deceptive running ability with good enough moves and strength to break several arm tackles. He's way too comfortable playing at the varsity level because he's so young and his arm is only going to get stronger and stronger. I mean, just seeing that one clip from the Clemson camp, that ball easily goes 55 yards on a dot and with a swaggy little ball flip down there too. So yes, I think he's absolutely deserving of the #1 quarterback of his class. Am I going to compare him to Peyton and Eli? Absolutely not. That would be insanely unfair to compare him to two Hall of Fame quarterbacks, but with all his talent, he's a phone call away to talking to the sheriff, one of the smartest football players to ever play, actually the smartest football player to ever play. I absolutely love Arch's potential, and even though where he is right now, he is absolutely deserving of the #1 quarterback spot in his class. I've learned so much from watching Peyton break down his film on details. I can't imagine if I worked with him for an entire offseason or my entire football career, and that's what he has in the palm of his hands. You can completely dominate a game with your mind, and Arch has the mobility and arm talent to become a phenomenal quarterback. I cannot wait to follow his career through high school and college. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think about Arch's game. He has been so much fun to watch. I watched him, I think, in 8th grade when he was like throwing. It was insane, but I've just been following him since then. I've seen him develop, even though statistically it doesn't look that much different. Just how much calmer he looks, where he's putting the ball placement, how he's able to move around in the pocket. He is maturing into a very, very elite quarterback. And I just think having Peyton and Eli to talk him through, I mean, between them 4 Super Bowls, amazing people to talk to. I just can't wait to see him play. And what he did at Clemson, I think he's only going to get better when we see him coming into his junior year. I cannot wait to watch him play, but make sure to like the video if you like videos like these. Make sure to comment down below what you think of Arch and where do you think he's going to commit to college, and if he's deserving of the #1 spot of his class. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoy daily sports content. I appreciate y'all so much. Let me know if you want to see more videos like these, because I've been doing pretty strictly NFL videos, but if you want to see some college, some high school, some up-and-coming guys that you haven't heard about, let me know down in the comments. I appreciate you guys so much, and as always, I will see you tomorrow. Peace.